And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run Anderson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. First carry for LeGarrette Blount. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season? And no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. To throw is Wentz. Has it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Screen pass to Blount. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Donnie Jones set to punt it away now in his 14th year in the NFL. Back deep, Dre Archer. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now they'll run it on the the toss. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Sanders in motion right. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. 3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Simeon on first down. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. He's going to air it out deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on 3rd down for the Broncos. 56 yards. Tenth carry now for Anderson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll run for it with Anderson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now McManus on to kick this one off. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
On second down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Catch here, left side, Thomas. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Broncos on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now.
Now Simeon. Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Simeon. He'll find the rookie from La Tech. It's Carlos Henderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And it is now 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Wentz now to throw. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Wentz. And it's caught by Selleck. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. From the red zone now, Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a 1st down throw. Simeon looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Simeon. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Back to the air, Simeon on 2nd down. And caught, right side, Green. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, it's Simeon. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Second down following the incompletion.
Detroit! Here we go!
To the air again, Simeon. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing on third down, Simeon. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Wentz going to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy who can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run again with Blunt. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. The guilty party chants Warmack, the guard out of Alabama. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On third and long, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Sanders in motion right. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They run it again with Anderson, and they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They tried to get the edge there, no edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And you know what the sideline gives you as a defender? An extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake to Charles. This is Simeon. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A first down as it's Simeon with a hook up to Sanders. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Charles getting the handoff from Simeon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Patriot! Here we go now. Watch it now. No. Check. Patriot!
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. Throw left side complete. It's Sanders. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. first down carry here for Charles. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
When you think of Jamal Charles, you think of speed. Pure lightning. Absolutely electric. And sometimes with those speed guys, the ball can get away from their body a little bit when they're carrying it, and some fumbles can result.
They were able to jar it loose there. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He's got Smith here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. To throw is Wentz. Screen pass to Blunt. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Wentz. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he... He's just short.
Hey, hey, hey. You got more.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Dree Archer with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now running right through it. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And Blount loses the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. Now Jamal Charles, might be in some pain here, remaining down on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run with Booker. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz on 3rd down. It's caught left side, Bolden. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight. Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea. Yeah. And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work. Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one. Second down following the run. Now a give. Running right is Anderson. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They run. Anderson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game. And McManus able to put it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board. And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. You think that factored in? I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. Again, here's Blunt. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. Shift together here from the D-line. And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them
can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Eagles on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. Looking here for Smith downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted to break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Powers ahead at the 45. It's brought in by Bolden. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be first down, Eagles. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blount with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So they're going to go for 2. Shotgun now for Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Broncos on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Simeon, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Giants have taken the lead there late in that one. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. First down, Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Shane Ray coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. So the D-line's going to spread out. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And with his size coming out of the backfield, Usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
One final try now for Wentz. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Broncos, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.